Welcome to Unbeatable You Podcast, where we explore the power of resilience, learning, and personal growth. Today, we're diving into a topic that resonates with everyone: mistakes. The saying, mistakes are proof that you are trying, reminds us that errors aren't failures, they're stepping stones to success. In this episode, we'll unpack how mistakes shape our journeys and practical ways to embrace them. Whether you're chasing a dream or navigating life's challenges, this episode will inspire you to see mistakes in a new light. Mistakes often carry a negative stigma, but let's flip that narrative. Mistakes are evidence of action, of stepping out of your comfort zone. Think about it. Every inventor, artist, or leader has stumbled along the way. Thomas Edison famously said his 10,000 failed attempts to create the light bulb weren't failures. They were steps toward discovery. Each mistake taught him what didn't work, bringing him closer to what did. Psychologically, mistakes are critical for learning. When we err, our brains process the gap between expectation and outcome, strengthening neural pathways. This is called experiential learning, growth through doing. Studies show that students who make errors during problem solving retain knowledge better than those who don't. Mistakes force us to reflect, adapt, and innovate. But society often punishes mistakes, fostering fear of failure. This can paralyze us, keeping us from taking risks. The truth? Staying safe means staying stagnant. Every mistake is a data point, a lesson in disguise. So, whether you're launching a startup or learning a new skill, embrace the mess-ups. They're proof you're in the game, pushing forward. So, how do we shift our mindset to see mistakes as opportunities? It starts with self-compassion. Dr. Kristen Neff, a pioneer in self-compassion research, says treating ourselves kindly during setbacks builds resilience. Instead of beating yourself up for a mistake, ask, "What can I learn from this?" This simple question transforms a perceived failure into a growth opportunity. Let's take an example. Imagine you're a graphic designer who submits a logo your client rejects. Instead of spiraling into self-doubt, analyze the feedback. Maybe the colors didn't align with the brand's vibe, or the font was too bold. That rejection isn't a dead end. It's a roadmap for improvement. Iterate, refine, and resubmit. Each version gets you closer to mastery. Another strategy is to normalize mistakes. Look at successful people. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter was rejected by 12 publishers before it became a global phenomenon. She didn't quit. She learned from each no. Share your mistakes with others too. Vulnerability builds connection and reminds us we're not alone in our struggles. Finally, set learning goals instead of performance goals. Focus on progress, not perfection. For instance, if you're learning to code, aim to understand one new concept daily rather than building a flawless app right away. Mistakes will happen, but they'll guide you toward expertise. Up next, practical tips to embrace mistakes in your daily life. Now let's get practical. How can you embrace mistakes in your everyday life? First, create a mistake-friendly environment. If you're leading a team, celebrate small failures as learning moments. Google's famous 20% time policy encourages employees to experiment, knowing many ideas will flop. That's how Gmail was born, through trial and error. Second, keep a mistake journal. After a setback, write down what happened, why it went wrong, and one lesson you've learned. This practice helps you process emotions and spot patterns. Third, adopt a growth mindset. Believe your abilities can improve with effort. When you make a mistake, say, "I'm not there yet," instead of "I failed." This subtle shift keeps you motivated. Finally, take action despite fear. Start small. Pitch an idea or ask for feedback. Each step builds confidence, making mistakes feel less daunting. Remember, the goal isn't to avoid mistakes, but to learn from them. They're proof you're trying, growing, and moving closer to your dreams. As we wrap up, let's reflect. Mistakes aren't the enemy. They're your greatest teachers. They show you're daring to try, to push beyond your limits. From Edison's light bulb to Rowling's rejections, history proves that mistakes pave the path to success. Embrace them with curiosity and kindness. Ask, what's the lesson here? And keep moving forward. Next time you stumble, whether it's a missed deadline, a failed project, or a personal setback, pause and reframe it. You're not failing, you're learning. Share your journey with others, keep a mistake journal, and cultivate a growth mindset. Mistakes are universal, but so is resilience. Thanks for tuning into Unbeatable You. If this episode resonated, share it with someone who needs a reminder that mistakes are part of the journey. Until next time, keep trying, keep learning, and keep growing.